it's not that I won't make jokes today. It's not that I'm not going to do my best to provide you with comedy. The problem is that today's Jimmy Dore clip comes to us straight from one of his alleged comedy shows. And if you know anything about his shows, it literally is a... my door just popped open. It's either a ghost or a cat. It's neither. It's you know that any comedy that is happening in like a 1,000-mile radius, whatever he does or calls it, it just sucks the comedy out of everything else around it. You know what I mean? It's like the black hole of comedy. You know, no matter how much light you if comedy is light, Jimmy Dore is the black hole of comedy. Does that make sense? There you go. So the ghost of comedy past. Yes. So this is does anybody this is from his live show at the Two Roads Theater, which is in Studio City, is driving distance from his house. Quite the tour. He's there all the time, and it's kind of like his spot where he does the same fucking show live. I think we'll probably see that. But there's a juice place right across the street, about a couple doors down, and they make fantastic like mixed juices and turmeric smoothies and crazy, like very LA beverages to be found across the street at this juice place. One of these places where they sell it to you in like old milk bottles, like short milk bottles. You know what I'm talking about? Like the swear milk, and you buy them, and they're just. And by the way, they're fantastic. If it's good for what ails you, if you're in a physical bind, and if it wasn't for that place and there's like a little breakfast place right across the street that my buddy Brooks and I will eat at occasionally when we will meet up in LA. It's 2 doors down from that, and I gotta say it's like this little theater that he does this in, the Two Roads Theater, Arthur Two Sheds Jackson. It's just, and I was literally walking to my parked car, and I was like, Jimmy, this is that fucking place. I literally thought it looks like a hair salon that somebody gutted and turned in. It's that big. But I mean, there are plenty of like cool little theaters on Santa Monica that you could use, but then you have to see people. This is it. By the way, this is in bordering on like Toluca Lake, Valley Village. This area, I just want to remove any pretense that anyone might have that Jimmy Dore is A, performing at a real comedy club, and B, that he's doing it in some part of town that would require him to run into anybody who has, less than $500,000 in their 401k. You know what I mean? It's the right neighborhood to really be a man of the people. So this is very short. So we'll see. See, Funny Bone's a real club. Those are the Turner Hall Ballroom is you get a slice of that place. Volcanic Theater Pub, not so much. In Bend, Portland, the Alad Theater in Washington Hall. All right, great. They're out and about.
It's just her being a maniac.
Okay. By the way, this is the actual. This video is actual size, and again, he's got these 4 people over here sitting here working for him. I guess for free. Maybe he lets them do sets. I don't know. But this is. When he says we're doing stand-up comedy, that's what he's doing, which is not stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy, and I know I'm a purist about this, and I have huge respect for guitar comics and for comedy duos. But if you're in a comedy team, if it's you and a partner, you're not doing stand-up. You're doing something else, and it's comedy, but it ain't stand-up. Stand-up is a single person and a microphone. That's it. That's what stand-up is. It's you standing up by yourself. You can't play backing tracks or have fucking clips playing in the background. I'm a purist about this. Even then, I'm like, there's a little bit of this, and you can, again, prop comics, you can argue that Gallagher did way more stand-up than he did prop humor in his act, and a lot of his writing was rock solid, but he was only known for smashing watermelons. That said, even like if whatever room to wiggle you should have as a stand-up, and I will give people plenty of room to wiggle, as you know, this is the farthest thing from it. This is like rejected TEDx talks. Oof.
And the question is, who's going to fix it? With Donald Trump, Republicans have lost almost every competitive election. We lost the Senate. We lost the House. We lost the White House.
Now, understand, I don't know many of us in the crowd. There may be some, some maggots out there. Hi, trolls. Welcome. Glad you could be here. Yeah, it's Ted Y. That's funny. The well done, Bruce Baker in the chat room. It's not Ted X. It's Ted Y. Why? That well, I don't know what he's going to say yet, but it seems weird to me that you would attack Nikki Haley on this point if you weren't just a Trump ball gargler. Just for the record.
We lost in 2018, we lost in 2020, and we lost in 2022. The worst kept secret in politics is how badly the Democrats want to run against Donald Trump.
What? Yeah, that is. I guess that's why they keep trying to throw him in jail.
Okay, first of all, that's not actually a joke. It's sort of a Glenn Beck aside. Secondly, this is all in defense of Donald Trump. Are you, again, has he just cast off any illusion? Is this what happens when a millionaire Marxist thinks he's among friends and can just bullshit his way? Like, I'm not really all that shit about universal health care and peace and stuff like that. Like, honest to God, I just want the Muslim ban back. Really, you can't, that part I really like. Post 9/11, I was like, all that shit about, giving pieces, was bullshit. I just want him to keep the Muslims out, and that's just hung with me. And also, I like grabbing women by the pussy, so against their will, because none of them do it willingly. Honest to God, like.
That's kind of unbelievable, right?
No, it's kind of a pedestrian remark that maggots make all the time about. It's what Trump says. It's literally a Trump talking point.
Okay.
Okay, now let me play this. By the way, Jimmy, you're going to have to speak up. I can't hear you over the rolling waves of laughter.
Here we go.
They know Trump is the only Republican in the country who Joe Biden can defeat.
What the... Oh, by the way, black is white, up is down, and in is out. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Right. Terrific analogy. Spot on comedy. Attempt? No. Swing and a miss, I guess. This is fucking hell. And again, you do realize that Biden beat him last time. By a lot. Right? This isn't even... I don't know. I don't even know what to fucking call this, but he calls it stand-up, and that's what bothers me.
And here she goes. Oh, wait a minute. She goes, I've got bad news for the political establishment. I'm not going anywhere except to my sweet South Carolina, where we're going to let them coronate.
They can read, Jimmy. Your audience can read. Now, maybe it's a little harder for them because your graphics are shitty and you felt the need to include the video chunk in the text part of that, so you kept it the same size, which, editorial.
Where we're not going to let them coronate Donald Trump when 48 states haven't voted. Hey.
Okay, and this is where he looks at the piece of paper. Seriously. Fucking hell. Seriously. This is his show in front of a crowd. Which, if that's what you're doing, it's fine. But don't call it fucking stand-up.
Nikki, they say it's
Excuse me, it's Miss Haley if you're nasty. And, honestly.
guys who can't take a hint, okay?
Look at the written jokes. Why can't you riff on this shit? Why are you looking at fucking paper when you're referencing the fucking clip? You can't stand in front of a fucking crowd. I spontaneously do these videos every fucking show. Do you think I'd have to pre-watch clips that everybody else has seen about a political opponent of Donald Trump and then have to reference on paper what after the next thing? Hey, because Kurt wrote some jokes down for me? Motherfucker. God damn, this is lame.
Maybe they just like, maybe
Oh, God.
the voters just like redheads, or in this case, an orange-haired guy. Maybe the voters just like some big, they just like big asses, like Donald Trump. This is what I'm talking about. South Carolina's next, so dress sluttier. The point is...
Okay, first of all, the weird thing is, like, you drew this idea, you think this is a premise that will function, is that Nikki Haley's dressed like a slut. And also that the worst thing about Donald Trump is that he can be an ass sometimes. By the way, this is the hack fallback. This is the equivalent of, I don't like the mean tweets. I just want the policies back.
She's not going anywhere. 48 states haven't voted yet. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, yeah, but 23 of them already bought Trump flags and are still waiting on their trading cards, okay?
Seriously, if I have to watch this whole thing, we're this close to I think we're this close to owing Greg Gutfeld a fucking apology.
Okay, so what's what she says here.
And as much as everybody wants to talk about what I'm going to do, at some point y'all are going to realize that I won this race, and you're going to have to accept when I say I told you so. It is slow. He wins the race. I've done this the entire time. We're going to finish it. I don't want anything else. I don't want anything else. I'm running to be president. I'm not going to pull out because somebody wants to be coronated. I'm not going to pull out because they think that I shouldn't be there. The political class has never thought I should be here.
Okay, first of all, what do you think? What do you think chances are of a pull-out joke versus something about her sweater or the picnicky in the background? What do you think will be catch Jimmy's shark like comedic eye, where he just can smell blood in the water from 8 blocks away?
In South Carolina, in Congress, at the UN, no one has ever thought I should be here. And that's exactly why I should be here. Because I'm fighting for normal people. And I'll always do that.
The political class...
So here's what...
I'll always do that.
Wait, was he playing a clip from his own show and he forgot to cut out before his own voice came in? Or did somebody else say something?
Here's what Glenn Greenwald had to say about that.
Oh, hold on. You're playing Glenn Greenwald's takes at your fucking show?
Class has never won Nikki Haley in the race, she says. How do you, even in the context of a campaign...
Jesus Christ. That you picked this fucking cherry? This was your I don't have a good line on this, but Glenn Greenwald's weird fucking flail take at this is worth taking up time in your fucking live show? I don't understand. Am I losing my fucking mind here? Have I gone complete? Is this a show? What the shit?
Get yourself to lie like that with a straight face. Here's the Wall Street Journal.
How do you feel about paying tickets to watch Glenn Greenwald say something funnier than I said in theory? Also, I'm not paying him. He works for free. He doesn't even know it.
The voice of the establishment, the editorial board, on January 24th, yesterday, urging Nikki Haley.
Jesus Christ, he's just going to play the whole fucking... He posted this, by the way. This is 5 minutes of his live show, 4 minutes of which is other people talking, and a minute of it is him, his shitty reading of other people's jokes. Fuck. I didn't pre-watch this, so I'm even more amazed now. This is just ass.
To stay in the race. Quote, Nikki Haley earns the chance to...
He's just watching and laughing at Glenn. What is this? I'm sorry. What's the name of this show? Jimmy's Man Crush? Is he just... Is that what people pay for? Is just see... I would pay $8.75 and drink a Sprite out of a plastic cup with no ice to see the gleam in Jimmy's eye when he sees Glenn Greenwald on screen.
Fight on after New Hampshire. She closed strong in the primary and revealed Trump's November weakness. If she can remain competitive, there's an argument for Ms. Haley to stay in the race.
Oh my God, fucking, wait a minute. We have to sit through this dickhead, like, reading text off a screen so we can show a clip of Glenn Greenwald reading text off a screen? What the fuck is this? This is terrible, and I salute it. If there's a way to just make money with as little effort as possible, the absolute bottom of the fucking sewage bucket of capitalism, this is it. Congratulations to millionaire Marxist Jimmy Dore, who's found a way to be the worst kind of capitalist in his own live show. What the fuck? Stealing jokes from other people, reading jokes to written by people you're not giving credit to, and then playing video of other people's points and like, what the fuck, high-fiving yourself for recognizing that you like what they said?
The July convention, and that's a whole argument why Nikki Haley should stay.
This is fucking riveting.
In this race. Now, it is...
What? Stop this! Stop it! Stop it! Play one sentence and play the end sentence.
I think...
What the fuck? This is... How in the world?
Amazing. And what's the important part here is not that Nikki Haley is lying. The important part is that
Jimmy Dore is stealing Glenn Greenwald's content to patch holes in his lame-ass fucking show, which the only upside to that is that he's at least not reading jokes off of his laptop to a half-empty crowd. Jesus Christ. If this room sounded more hollow, I'd think it was a Trump rally.
The establishment has really lost its ability.
And by the way, can we just take a moment to appreciate, like, Jimmy's row of dickheads who, I don't know how the fuck you're not overwhelmed with embarrassment, sitting in chairs while Jimmy holds court show, whatever the fuck, watching videos, craning your fucking neck up like the end frame in a slow-mo Rocky Punch. What?
To influence the American population any longer. I watched the video.
So,
yeah. Anyways, you basically get it.
they have lost. They can't get you to vote for Joe Biden again, and now they're trying desperately to make Nikki Haley look like some kind of anti-establishment rebel. It's not working.
Yes, Trump is the only answer. Is that where you're going? Also, who the fuck is they? We're just doing uniparty stuff? Is this like Alex Jones dinner theater at its worst?
The people in New Hampshire, they just didn't like her. The voters don't like her.
She came in second. It was within 10%, and the guy was president before. She's got every, like, Jesus Christ. Ted Cruz won in Iowa the first time around. Donald Trump, like, he won in New Hampshire, but he had a rocky road in other states. What the fuck?
People, New Hampshire, they just weren't that into you. They swiped right, or I don't know, swiped left. I don't know. I use Ashley Madison. I don't know.
Yeah, that's his wife on stage, and so he said, "I use Ashley Madison," and then went zing to her, I guess.
I'd say on the grander scale, lying isn't working the way it used to.
Yeah, well, because there's shows like that.
Because there's wait, back up. Say that again. Lying doesn't work like it used to, and does he say? Because there are shows like this?
I'd say on the grander scale, lying isn't working the way it used to.
Yeah. Well, because there's shows like this. Hey, come see us do a live.
Yeah, he just even has somebody else cut him off. Jesus Christ, who made that edit? For the record, no, Jimmy, we can. Why would we watch a version of this that's like slower and even more boring and odd and awkward when you could just watch the regular show? Super fucking weird. Also, do you think Donald Trump has curtailed his lying? Is that the idea? Is that Jimmy's take now? Is that Nikki Haley's a liar, but Donald Trump is the truth teller, and therefore, you know, I guess you have to support him because the Uniparty hates him because he tells the truth, because he actually won the E. Jean Carroll verdict, and and the case against his businesses for fraud are completely trumped up, and God. Whew. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm surprised. I don't know about you guys, but that's worse than I thought. I honestly haven't seen a clip. I think maybe, I want to say 6-8 months ago, he had a piece of his that he posted when they used to do it at Flappers, which is the same thing. But I guess it was like too mean-spirited and his audience were too shitty to the staff or something. So they just moved to this other little theater where I guess there is no staff. I don't know, whatever. But that's what the show is? Live? Lord almighty. And the weird part is it's like 80% content theft. Jesus Christ. It's interesting. He's stealing Hassan Abi's fucking business model. It's like he's stealing 3 ways. It's kind of incredible. Again, but like literally like butt knuckle capitalism, the worst kind of capitalism, just stealing the work of other people. Good Lord. And that, like, Jesus Christ, that I think the closest thing to it was when we saw his DC thing, where he was literally reading jokes from a dead comedian because I guess he called dibs at the guy's fucking funeral. The fuck.